Hello, hello. How's it going? What's up? What's up? Welcome. Today we have a little bit different stream. It's not from the playing home from some tournament. As usual, what we're doing. Oh wow, already 10 viewers. What is our next tournament? I'll play the Rapid tournament in Romania. Grand Prix. There is 2 events before that one, I think. No, actually there is one. Brasov, that's how it's called. I was thinking about playing that one also, like Classical, and Arad Open after that. So those two are very strong Classical events. What do you recommend for young chess players? I'm also young, so I don't know what type of comment did you mean to offend me or. Bullet bro? Is there any bullet? When it starts. If I play bullet, that will be terrible. Oh, it starts at 6. I was not into bullet until recently, and then I was experimenting a little bit. But obviously it's just speed, right? Like, you need to be so fast. This rapid event will be good, I think. It's not the same as the Classicum, but the time control is good because 15 plus 10. So it will be still long games. When you're getting IM, I don't know. Maybe until next year. How did you like the Serbian Open? The 2 new camera angles? I was actually trying to make the three angles, but didn't work. Didn't work, unfortunately. And the third camera angle would be like the camera that's going around the playing hole. Literally, if nothing special happens inside a game, there would be like the Karen guy that was consistently fixing some stuff if goes wrong. So that was addition to the other streams, classical streams. Rapid event is different. Maybe I can try to make it work with a moving camera, like. I mean, like under 15. I mean, just stay consistent. Just stay consistent with your practice. Like, motivation will hit always at some. You're gonna have always motivation maybe after the tournament if you perform bad or if you perform good. But after that doesn't matter. Like, you need to stay consistent. You need to have like obsession for the game. So, like, you can do any work of chess. Even 30 minutes a day of work for a consistent period, like half a year, they'll get so strong results. Any book do you recommend? I actually do. I recommend this book. Technique of Positional Play. It's so good for lower levels. You're gonna get familiar with those type of exercises, like restricting the enemy pieces. There is creating breathing space for your pieces, clash between pawn formations, some aspects of piece exchanges, how to work with your king in the endgame, developing and activating the pieces, and many other methods. But it's good that, it's not just exercises, it's like explaining you the details. So it's quite well. I'm gonna try to make the Twitch chat also visible here. 1 second. If there's anybody on Twitch, but most of viewers are on YouTube, so. Okay, today I thought to play some rapid games. As well to chat a little bit with you for like hour and a half. That was my plan today, so hello, welcome to stream. I can change to this. I didn't play rapid for a long time. So hopefully we're gonna find somebody on this level to challenge. Oh, we actually do. Immediately. Some guy from Germany. My rapid riding is not that huge. I like training for 3 months for 17 hours a week and didn't see much change. Any tips? It generally depends how you trained and what you train. If you just train like the openings, that's not a proper work just to do on the opening. Okay, this guy wants to play some system. Let's go e5, King's Indian. Bishop e2, bishop g7. Let's go h6. Hello. Oh, let's copy this alert here. Yeah. So it can be visible. Okay, queen c2, yeah, that's the best move. He wants to go rook d1, and I apply pressure on this guy here now. Yeah, this makes sense. Now I'm gonna defend my pawn. Like, when you say train for 70 hours a week, what it means? Like, what concretely you were training or something? What you were doing for your chess? b4. Okay, he's directly applying the pressure. Can now threaten to take, and then this guy in the e4 is possible. Okay, d5. d5. Okay. He wants to take maybe, and then b5. Going c5 is interesting. And then putting the knight there, followed by b6 as well. Oh, I can also just ignore. Okay, what is my plan here? If I go knight f8, G5, knight G6. Sounds good. Then placing the knight on F4 seems also interesting. Yeah, maybe he wants queen D2 and then putting the pressure after exchanging queen D2, and then the pawn will be hanging here. That's maybe one plan that he wants to try. If I just ignore and go knight H5, knight F4, let's try that. Trying to activate something and put a pressure here. And maybe replace the situation with this guy. If any take, I have bishop F8 protecting that way, so I think I'm fine with this. Hello, welcome to stream. You mostly played and watch videos and tactics. Obviously, playing is giving you experience, but not like a real. It's not like a real training. You need to make yourself sewing something. So, yeah, as expected, he will attack my pawn on d6, so I can quietly protect my pawn with bishop f8. If he goes something like b5 is actually a strong move now, because he wants to bring this knight here, so I think he'll figure that out. Or he's stream sniping. Okay, so he'll take that pawn. He'll take that pawn, I guess. I am in a bit of a trouble now. Okay, I guess it's not that bad. The problem is here when you're streaming, there isn't like a stream that they can turn on. So let's go queen d8. We're thinking of playing Czech Open in Pardubice. Yeah, I know that this tournament is there, but I didn't plan on time. Like, this was my schedule, just Serbian Open, and after that I can think about some small tournament. But usually these rapid events again, so I'll make, let's say, on fall maybe some certain tournaments to play consistently, like to connect. So 1 month will be like a streaming whole month. I'll try to make it work. You just need to settle down. This Serbian Open thing was the easiest because it's here in my city, so where I live. The thumbnails are wild, yeah. Do you know from which cartoon is this thumbnail? Do you have any clue? Okay, queen b2, the purpose is what? The purpose is what? I can also go knight b6 as well, knight f6. My knight on h5 is bad now, maybe I can bring it back. Yeah, maybe actually bring in this guy back. Takes. Aha, you want to make trade? I'm not sure if you want to make this trade because this will develop my knight on this 7. Not really, but I've seen the World Cup ones. Yeah, World Cup were decent. Yeah, I can put the chat maybe here somewhere. Something like this. Yep. Now it's better. Okay. All right, he wanna trade. Okay, let's see. I burn a lot of time. So he played queen b2, queen b4. Playing with especially queen in these moments is questionable a lot. So I can do two things. I can actually take on d5 with my knight. After pawn takes, I can play knight b6 or knight f6. He can protect it with some certain move. Let's go knight b6 to keep an option for something like f5 e4. Okay, this was obvious, but it's a little bit passive. Okay, he wants this, and then he wants to push the pawns. That's kind of obvious plan. If I eliminate this guy, keep my bishop here. He's always restricting my guy here, but yeah, that's a little bit problematic. If I push, the knight will come here. Okay, maybe first bishop g7. I don't want to rush. Okay, now he wants to take here. Okay, I don't mind if he takes. So let's go f5. I don't mind if he take my knight. I can take back with pawn. Is this Code Lyoko thumbnail? And that's why it's called the Code of Chess? Yeah, exactly. It's from that cartoon. Okay, bishop b3. And now there's an option to push f4, e4. e4 just gives the knight here. So maybe we want to go here and here and here. Yeah, maybe that's better. You want to trade? I'm going to take back. I'm going to open up the... Maybe with the queen, actually. Or with a pawn and then just go rook c8. Wait, do I take with a queen or pawn? Queen or pawn? No, with a pawn, actually. Let's go with a pawn. He wants here. I missed that. I kinda missed that, to be honest. But he drops the pawn on the other side. Maybe queen f6 first? Let's go queen f6. If queen e4, I can take on a2. He went there. Okay, now then we can play rook c8 and rook c5. Need to speed up a little bit. Queen there. Okay. If I go g5, queen h7 doesn't do much. Doesn't do much. What if I just sack the exchange, huh? And then if I start storming these pawns up. This is a little bit on intuition, I guess. Okay, I think I can go here and then hide my king on h7. He'll do the check, king h7, knight e4, bishop takes d5. Or I can just firstly start with f3. He goes there. Of course, h5 to stop knight g4. Did I blunder any pawns? Not yet, okay. f3 is the next move. Let's go f3. Okay, Okay, he wanna exchange. Can okay, seems like my bishop is trapped a little bit. Yeah, I think I blundered. I've missed this. Okay, maybe I have to go with this. He takes a push. What's your recommendation against the red in English? I mean, technically, you can always play King's Indian if you like, just like the setup itself. I personally like it because when you know that one opening, you don't need to study other formats on certain, like technically on anything that is not e4, you can play King's Indian if you want to play King's Indian. It depends what you like yourself. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose this game actually. I'm the only one who is rated 1450. Maybe not. Oh, he actually gave the pawn, but he wants knight takes f3. I guess I have to do this. I need to open up something. I'm also down on time, which is bad. Okay. Oh, almost blundered. Let's go here. Where the knight goes. Let's go here. Shh. Not the fun position to play. Knight takes g5, king g6. Huh. He'll sacrifice. Yeah, I think he'll sacrifice, yeah. Thanks for subbing. Yeah, I want to make some stalemate. Oh, he has a checkmate in one. He didn't sit. Okay. I have one trick. Ah, no, trick doesn't exist, obviously. Okay, I can resign now. Oh. All right, this game was bad. The accuracy. Let's take a look. So, okay, this was all correct. Queen e7, yeah, queen e7 on low d5. Why didn't take on d4? Yeah, I should just take, and now queen e7. On low d5. I thought d5 is, yeah, just closing the center, yeah, obviously. I aligned my pieces on the e line, and then I did not take on time, and then put some pressure on e4. Queen e7, and yeah, as well, like a5 breaks could be possible, but I made this problem, and now my position is okay. I don't have space, but I have activity. So here I thought that I'm worse a lot, but actually it's not. So I provided this, and now I told you here that I have good counterplay, even though I'm better. This was all okay. Knight b6. A bit of waste of time, I guess, because after knight b6, you can just protect the pawn. So something more active like a5. So if he takes, we are just exchanging this sort of bad bishop on b7. Because bishop on b7 is bad, I guess. It's hitting the pawn, and they was always protecting that pawn on d5. But okay, knight b6 looks natural. Like, you want to develop, you want to push f5. I should take on c4. Queen takes. f5. Yeah, my attack is not that fast. So I should just generate the counterplay and simplify on the queen side. That was the best option, I guess, yeah. a5, and he even ignore it. Then maybe a4. It's not simple. It's not simple. Like, you want to do some counterplay here, but you're aware that if you gave this square for the knight, it could become testing for you. It's a bit challenging. Can I play with you now? I'm playing against 2400 players currently, so trying to grind a little bit. Not that bad game, but too complicated, too many pieces on the board. Let's do another one. Alright, let's start with c4. You might be seeing this on Serbian Open that I did quite a lot. In actually 2 games. Alright, bishop g2. Knight f3. And in that game, the opponent played a move knight c6. Okay, castles. And I want the move d3. Okay, one time my opponent looked at my online profile and prepped against me. Yeah, that's what they usually do. That's what they usually do. And how they do. So, okay, now the point is to jump with the knight on e5. Knight c6, allowing me to ruin your structure. I think that's what we want, no? Yeah, I think this is perfect for me. And now I can, like, provoke you to take my pawn on c4 to play the move d4. I did not finish with 4 wins. I think you should change it, Furious. It's out of 9, not out of 8. But okay. People know that I lost in the last round. Best way to prepare for tournaments? Oof, so many ways. I mean, technically, if you are preparing only openings, you're gonna be strong in opening segment. But the problem appears later in the middle game. Okay, this bishop is terrible piece. So we all know that. The worst thing for white would be to take on d5. It will relieve this guy on b7. So we're not gonna do that. Second thing, we don't know yet where this bishop belongs. Why we don't know? Because he can be strong also on f4. Also, it can be strong on a3. Depends how black coordinate his pawn structure. If he plays the move d4, then we're gonna put all eyes on c5 pawn. With b3, knight f4, bishop a3, like in Nimzo. On the other side, we can wait. And how we can wait? We can like wait with some tiny move like queen c2. Such a strong move. Because also preparing some rook d1s and, you know, you don't want to show your opponents your cards. He's doing the same, queen d7, so he is smart also, as always. People are really smart on this level. And now we can go b3. b3 also consolidates our pawn structure. As well, we can think about pushing e4 and e5. This is also another thing, like expanding a little bit. And, you know, it's giving up the d4 square, but they cannot use it. So it's technically a nice try, because you're expanding your pawns in the center, challenging the knight on f6. Knight has to go somewhere back, and then you can also additionally push f4. That's why maybe queen is now better to stay on e2, not on c2. Maybe I should actually do e4 even here, despite it's offered a queen. Okay. And this is positional mistake. This is, guys, positional mistake. The reason why is this positional mistake, because we can now suddenly start pressuring the pawn on c5. And this is also what I mentioned earlier, why you should not move your bishop anywhere, because your bishop will be now strong very on the move a3. Yo, what books would you recommend to your viewers? I just recommended this book, like maybe 10 minutes ago. It's so strong for like, let's say 17, 1800 level. Okay, queen c7 played. Now many people will be satisfied with this attack on f4, but you don't want to do that simply because there is also the move e5. We're gonna go the move b3, bishop a3. So this book is good. I like it especially for the lessons of mine. I'm showing examples from this book and techniques, helping me to remind myself about the certain ideas. Okay, my opponent will definitely defend himself, but it's not gonna be permanent, because he always needs to think about that square. Okay, this was natural. If I did myself quickly f3, e5, this will open up additional cards, but we're gonna eventually do that. Maybe firstly we need to adjust the queen placement. So queen is now permanent on c7. Like when you play queen a5, you're gonna most probably win the pawn on c5. So we are kinda stopping all of action of this queen moving too much. And what we're ready for, of course, f4, rook f2, rook a1, and then this bishop will become activated from the h3, and then we're gonna get so much on that side of the board. And now a5 is logical move. He wants to stop my move of queen a5, but on the other side this becomes a big problem. Now we're gonna attack this guy on d7, threatening to take, and then later we're gonna take on c5. Bishop d7, and I think now we win the pawn. Just need to recalculate if this works for me. Firstly, we can include put the king in the corner, then take this guy, then take on c5 with our bishop, and then just bring the knight back. I think that will be fine. Firstly, move the king in the corner, then take this guy, and now if we do take like this, then he can maybe play some queen a7. Maybe we just need to save the knight. Knight is reasonably good, so yeah, let's just save the knight in the game. Now we are pawn up, and now the game is just much easier. And this advantage that we got is just on positional understanding. Like, I did not apply any tricky idea to punish my opponent. My pawn structure were only moving depending on my terms and depending on my opponent's mistakes, so it's pretty much straightforward. Queen to d6. Queen to d6, queen to d6. Okay, they want my knight. When you're better, you're trading, but we are looking if there's any counterplay from my opponent, and now we can notice take, 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 and take. But there is take. I mean, there is a counterplay, or queen f7. We can come back. Yeah, we can proceed with that calculation. Take, 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 take. Then take on a5. Oh, maybe. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Look at this, guys. Instead of taking on f8, I had queen takes a5. That's even stronger. Oh my god. Queen takes a5 would. Queen takes a5. I rushed a little bit. I rushed, yeah. That's why you don't need to rush. When you have time on the clock, just don't rush. Queen takes a5 will be mind-blowing for my opponent. Because even if he accepts this, then we have rook takes f8. Even if he takes on f1, the queen is not hanging really because the threat of checkmate is there. But okay, I applied already this, so now I just need to be careful. Is there any counterplay with this and this? I can always come back. Queen f3 will not do much. Queen h3 as well, so yeah, we can take the pawn. Is this worth buying if you are 14th, 5th? Yeah, of course, because the explanation is so clean. Of course, I'm not sponsored to promote this book. Books are always good, doesn't matter what book you generally use for chess. I mean, depend for your level, obviously. I didn't talk about books 2 years ago, like I'm talking now, because I realize how much value you can get from books. But people are lazy to study from books. Too lazy. But I can tell you some people that I saw recently. I need to play Queen f2, right? Like to defend my king, yeah. Some people that became international masters, strong players in recent years. I talked with them and like a cheat code is just to study from books. Okay, Queen f3, just moving, we can say move of nothing. Just staying there, we can start pushing a4. There is no counterplay. And this guy is going... Okay, he wants h4. We can go queen g2 in the worst case scenario. Then they'll take here. If I extend h4, a6 takes, a7 takes, queen takes check, king moves, promotion. Yeah, I think that's fine. So h4, a6, h3 doesn't do nothing, right? h3 empty move again. So he takes, I push a7. Still he doesn't have anything. Yeah, I'm threatening to promote. It's good. You know, the bishop e6 thing I applied in the... if you remember. I applied bishop e6 somewhere here, right? Boom. And then king went to the corner. And you can notice how much is that useful now in this case, because after queen takes h2, it's coming with check. So my opponent will not apply checkmate strategy. I will not recapture that guy with my king, so queen takes will be there. And now this is the moment where rook becomes passive. Rook becomes passive, and here we just need to be careful from certain... we can as well just start pushing the other pawn. Right? Like, we don't need to panic or something, so... yeah, we can just push the other pawn. Okay. Queen f7. Queen a2. Okay, let me think about a winning idea. Yeah, let's push b4. He doesn't have any rook sacrifice. That's good, because we just take. Okay, I take that with check. It's not easy. It's far away from being easy, but I think I can go b5 now. b5, check, b6. It's not so easy now. Maybe I allow him too much counterplay. Oh, actually, wait. If I take and then threaten this. Yeah, this sounds interesting. Take. Or let's just go b5, huh? No, let's go b5. Wasn't my Ilya rapid 27? No, my rapid is this. My blitz is 27. But I'm not in shape for blitz. I played classical event recently. And it's so different to play now blitz games. Like I went on blitz tournament before Serbian Open and I lost like 50 rating points because I'm not used to. I did not play properly. Online, I did not practice, and it's just intuition, you know, like blitz is just intuition. There is no much calculation there. Yeah, I think now personally that since his rook is quite passive and he doesn't have an idea as to, yeah, obviously he will take. I'll take back, but now position is different because this pattern opens. So after queen takes, there is always this queen d5 stuff. And he took the pawn, but now after b6, he's in a big trouble. He's in a tremendous trouble now. Okay, he wants to take this and then cover that square. If he would cover, take, he will control that square. But if I go here, he takes, I cover, check here. Yeah, maybe this is worth doing, no? Hello, welcome to stream. Yeah, queen g2 is coming. If queen takes e4, queen g2. But I just not necessarily allow this amount of counterplay to my opponent. I think this is the most riskier approach that you can do. But okay, queen cannot do the job alone, right? Okay, since now I aha. I see what he wants. On this move, he wants queen b3. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wait. Maybe I have to. Oh, yeah, I give him and then queen g2. Okay. Go here. If he goes with the rook, I sacrifice. Not easy. Okay, now it's different. So let's go here. Threatening b5, b7. Check. And now queen d5. A lot of counterplay. Just, I give him a lot of counterplay. Complete unnecessary. Oh my god. It's 10-minute game, there's no increment, that's a problem. A good thing is that there is no checkmate, so he needs rook f1. I'm curious what he'll come up here. Okay, this was obvious, and then he wants to take queen. Oh, queen protects c4. Oh, yeah. Queen protects c4. I just need to play faster. Okay, queen protects e4. That's good. Oh yeah, basically we are winning now. Yeah. I have queen. Yeah, okay. I forgot queen protects e4. So rook takes queen. That's unavoidable now, and the checkmate is coming. Yeah, it's just over. Yeah. What a crazy game. Yeah, that's it. He wants to play more. But first we're gonna take a look what happened in the game. And just quickly to see the thought process and thinking process where it actually went wrong. So yeah, he played knight c6, which is not good in this line. The best move is knight d7. That's how it goes. Or no, sorry, bishop d7 is the best move, something like that. Or knight from f to d7, if I'm not... No, bishop, queen c7 is the best, yeah. And now the move f4, but I also think there is knight b7, like the most natural move, trying to challenge this knight. But knight c6 is simply wrong, it's a mistake. You just take, and you start playing positionally here against these double pawns, and it's just wrong also, especially bishop b7, just, staying in the way of your pawns, it's just not good, Queen d7, e4. Yeah, I should done e4 even here. Or before knight to c3, like e4 directly. Like not even deciding anything, just go directly e4. That was, I think, much better option. And then you want to go e5, and then f4, and after coordinating your structure, like here e5 just wins the pawn on c6, so they don't have time to react much. And if they go for the queen trade, I believe that this is also just rook takes d1, and we have amazing position. But okay, what they done in the game is also cool. He did close the center, and now it's very hard for him to play. My pieces are simply aiming for this c5 pawn, and then here we got this combination of winning the pawn, which was enough for a certain advantage, and here he dropped another pawn. And here I told you that I missed this queen a5 move, which will be literally a brilliancy, because the problem is even after trade on f1, queen and a5 doesn't hang because of the mate on the back rank, so that's the problem. And I did different. I firstly took, and this is nothing for him, but gives him a little counterplay. And then we got yeah, I actually give him a lot of counterplay. Just here I should actually take with a king. Wow. And then to cover queen g2, yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe I shouldn't recoordinate my queen from d2 square. Yeah, after this I was winning, but it was time scramble, so it's hard to judge. And here it was winning, yeah. Okay, That was nice win. Let's go for the next match. Why do you play Kalashnikov rather than Sveshnikov? Okay, here, let's go c4 again. I like c4 now. I don't know. I also play Sveshnikov, but not as much as Kalashnikov. It just sounds more original, as I can say. You once mentioned that you would recommend King's Indian Dragon in Italian for 18 yellow players. Would you say Rulo Pazers, Lima Classical Sicilian Indian are fine as well? I mean, technically you can play anything nowadays. You can start with knight f3 first move, c4, English. You see my setup, like I'm just controlling the central square. Now I want to apply because this is like Grand Prix but reverse. Grand Prix reverse, and I can go this idea of rook b1, b4, for example. Why do you playing Kalashnikov instead of knight of Fortemano? Okay, then same question to you. Why do you play certain opening because of existence of the other openings? I don't understand. Like, it's just some type of my play, I guess. I like to give some little advantages to my opponent and to see how he handle. I guess in Kalashnikov you're giving the d5 square, so you're trying to see how your opponent use it overall in the future. So he goes for g6. Okay, let's play d3. I want to go b4 after bishop g7. No, there is no big reasons, I guess. I just like it. Let's go b4, b5. Immediately pressing on the queen side. What do you think is the most common line opponents will play against b5, knight g7, Kalashnikov? The most common line, I guess they don't even allow it. They just play c4. For example, as Chestnut did in our game. Or they're gonna just play on move 9 c4 itself. That's also quite natural. Let's go b5. Okay, knight e4. We can challenge that with knight f3. Or wait. e3, knight e6. That's actually what we want. Put the knight on e2. Yep, why not? And as well we can castle. It's problem for him to develop this guy. Also, knight is a bit on the way. So, is the bishop d3 most annoying line to face? Yeah, it is, according to theory, according to computer lines. But in practice, it's much different, you know. For us, yes. But also white has to know how to handle it. It's not like that simple. Like my friend that I played in the last round in Noisian Open, Vedant, he played that line and he just knew that it's the best. But later on, black just got -1 advantage. I didn't use the advantage. I rushed a little bit. I did not play in the style of how I should. I played a little bit more passive at that point. I did not create some octopus squares for my knight. And then I lost my advantage because eventually I sacrificed a lot of pawns. So okay, now he wants g5. Once he plays g5, I'll play the move f4. So that's not a big deal. The thing is, where I want my bishop. Do I want my bishop on d2 or b2? I don't want to decide yet. I don't want to decide that yet. Maybe I can start with queen c2. Yeah, queen c2 seems reasonable. He'll play g5, of course. Yeah, I actually need to play knight d5 now. Yeah, I remember now. I need to make some trades. Why do you play versus Kamala on c3, knight c3, knight d2? What do you mean? Is this some transposition or what? I guess we're transposing some stuff, but I'm not sure what stuff. Okay, let's go a4. Sounds useful for the future. What is better, to study many Sicilians or to master one variation? Just stick to something. Like stick to some opening at first. Like at the beginning, I was only learning the Kalashnikov, and only Kalashnikov. Now, after some time, I understood that I can do some other Sicilians as well because I got a bit of experience. So when you become expert in one line, in one opening, then everything else becomes much easier, you know. Okay, king h7. I don't want to progress more with this pawn, but we can try to play bishop b2 now. c6. Okay, once he played it, we can simplify. We can make this trade. Thanks for follow. e4, c5, knight c6, knight e2. White tries to move order, trick you to transpose into sometime mana or conceal. Yeah, but you can always play, let's say, g6. Or, for example, knight e2, you can play knight e4. That's tricky line. Knight e4 is tricky line. Because knight is not on f3. Okay, so bishop f6. We can technically go for f4. Let's go for f4. Our structure seems beautiful, so we don't want to change much of a spirit. What is funny is queen b6 is not a big deal. Because we can always just put a rook here, and even after take, the inline can get a bit open, so... Yeah, he took, and now... E takes f4, or g takes f4. You can take actually either way. Not sure about knight takes f4. Since knight is here, maybe just g takes. This keeps this guy... Yeah, let's go g takes. A little bit risky for the pawn structure, because we got this problematic pawn here. But it's not a big deal, so... It's not a big deal. You know, when you're playing the first move e4 and over the board, it's very easy to prep. It's overall very, very easy. Okay, g takes f4, and now they might try this and this, but we can always solve this type of problems with rook b1 and then protecting our... Okay, knight c5. Knight c5. Okay, he's clarifying something in the center. If he made the trade, it will develop the queen. If we just played this, it will close up our bishop. Maybe before committing d4, maybe it's better firstly to go for this, and now we can technically go for d4. Knight goes back to e6. Yeah, let's go like that. We expose our pawn structure a lot. But we are technically fine. We are not having problems here. Let's coordinate queen on d3 to be more about the pawn. Like, there is always a problem for them for rook b7 entrance, so that's why they cannot leave with this rook. That's good to see. By playing only one line, both color, how do you prepare against people who already know your stuff and prepare against you? I'm not playing only one line, okay? As against Kalashnikov, I'm not only playing what they recommend in my course, but I'm playing also different options. Like suggestions from Daniel King's course, also some other courses as well, some other analyses that I'd made for different variations. It's not always the same one, obviously. It will be impossible then. My preparation will be very predictable, so I'm not going for that predictable stuff. Okay, I'm getting in a time scramble, which I don't like, so I need to decide what to do. Maybe we can go a5 and a6, trying to create b7 entrance anyways. That's why also I played c4 in the Serbian Open. I also studied that opening a little bit. It's quite natural to play, you're just getting natural positions. Does FIDE take money when you achieve any kind of title? You have to pay for title, like just you achieve the title, you just need to pay. I think there's some prices for certain title, like for FIDE Master, I think it's like you need to pay $100 or something. Okay, he took here. I take back. Oh wow, that was. I did not expect that. Okay, let's go a6. It's good. Bird opening. What we want now is just to get use of these light squares. My king is safe. Don't have to panic about him. Yeah, rook fc1 will come. Rook c7. Rook bc1. Doubling, exploiting the 7th rank. So we do have our own problems, such a b5 pawn and e3 pawn. And technically b5 pawn is more targetable than the pawn on e3. Pawn on e3 is safe. I'm protecting it once. While the pawn on b5 is already on target from the bishop, and imagine, I don't know, somehow, but actually there is no way. Only if they play d5 and then put a knight on d6, or to put a queen on e8. Otherwise, I'm having good coverage on the board. Like my pieces are as well covering the light squares and as well covering the dark squares. Like pawns in the center are doing such a cool job on the dark squares. And okay, now do I want to accept this trade and enter the endgame? I guess yes, because I'm also decoordinating his bishop. And I can also apply the pressure now with my queen. And my queen comes to the 7th rank. My king will come to f2, protect the pawn on e3. Knight is bad. Knight is really, really bad. Like, knight wants to stand on f6. And when the knight stands on f6, he can generate some ideas. That's why actually I make this type of structure. I would not push that pawns too much if I see that knights are on f6 or d6 and they can jump on these light squares, so it wouldn't cross my mind. I mean, it can cross, but not that. Okay, now he trick me a little bit in move order, so I cannot... yeah, a little bit. I miss this. And if I just go here... yeah, do I want to trade the queens? Give me 1 second. Maybe we can just trade and then go for... okay, if knight takes... what's this? Yeah, his pawn structure is weird. Like, I also have... yeah, maybe the endgame is the reasonable. Maybe endgame is reasonable. I gave him some... I also have ideas to... oh, let's go here. Now if the knight comes here, it's gonna be restricted. So that's good. Yeah, maybe endgame is winning for me. I just need to focus now. I as well have the ideas to second b6 and push this guy. But the problem for him is if knight is 7, knight is dead. Knight is really, really dead there. And like my pieces are amazing, so... but it's not easy to make progress. Like I cannot attack this guy. He can attack me. Let's see what he plays. But no, he has to... oh, he went there. But okay, so if I go for... okay, if I go here and just give him the pawn, I think he will go for the pawn. That's my thought. If I just give him a pawn... oh, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't actually. Because there's bishop c4. Okay. Oh, let's play h3. Yeah, it's time scramble, so... yeah, I should... let's take, and let's go knight f4, yeah, and knight b6. He'll play bishop d5, I'll play knight b6. Knight... okay, I missed that. I kinda missed that. Let's go here, f4. Maybe I should play d5 first. I'll try to play e4 now. Yeah, maybe... oh, I missed the pawn. Oh my god, no. Okay, no trades, I have to go for d6. Oh, now he has bishop f1, but he missed it. Okay. I think this could end up in a draw. Just don't need to panic. King e7, knight b6. Take, a7. Knight b6, a takes, a7. This, promotion. Oh, not good. Let's take. Maybe now knight b6. Ugh. He has 15 seconds. That's good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Oh. Ah. Okay. Respectfully, we tricked our opponent. Respectfully. Yeah, I think I made some blunder. Maybe the queen trade was... Yeah, the endgame is actually equal. But I was pressing all the time. Here I think I had something. So here I felt that I'm better in this position. Yeah, queen c4 allows queen e6, yeah. I should go for maybe oh yeah, d5. Yeah. d5, knight e4, and then bishop is dead. Yeah, literally bishop is dead. Like, I'm also threatening knight e4, knight e6, knight e6 as well. So yeah. This was much better. This was just much better. Yep. And later, where was my mistake? Knight c3 says bishop c6. Bishop c6 better to stop knight e8, okay? Now we have similar equal position. Knight e5 was good. e4 was blunder. Yeah, this as well. I just missed the pawn and okay now. Yeah, time scramble almost cost me a game. And here I managed to make some complications and then he blundered the piece, so that was good. And from the opening side, we don't need to check anything. Like, it's just natural position. You're getting some play. It's like reversed close Sicilian with tempo more for weight. So it was quite a nice position anyways. All right, we can do actually one more game. One more game. That was my plan for today. Okay. We can play d4 this game. Let's play d4. And we can go for Trompovsky, like I did in my last game on Serbian Open. We wanna take this as well. We're gonna try to coordinate now on the dark squares. Also get the center. G3. It's quite important to stop any f4s or problems on the d4 square. So what you're doing here, you are consistently controlling the dark squares and trying to make your opponent in restrictions, especially his bishop on g7. Okay, knight c6. He doesn't have any threats yet. We can now castle. h4 is possible move to make. And then knight f4 is coming. We have like a good control over the position. So he wants to move the knight. And then to... he wants knight f5, make the trade. Maybe I can play firstly b3. So if something like knight e7 or knight f5, I can play d5. Yeah, that's reasonable to me. Yeah, and now my point is d5. He'll try c6. The knight is trapped. If c6, d6 wins the game. Okay, and now this bishop is open, but this bishop is dead. So that's good story. Firstly, solve the problem with a pin. Rook c1. Useful move. Protect the knight. Okay, h6. h6 don't see the big point. Okay, he wants king h7, knight g8, knight f6. Smart. That's smart. But a problem for that is... Okay, let's coordinate my queen on d3. Queen on d3 is good. Queen d7. Okay. I always have this h5 stuff, so I'll keep that on mind. I'll keep that on my mind. Let's put a rook here. I just want to stop any sort of c6. That's potentially what he wants. He wants c6. Oh, he might g5. Okay, I think that's not good. The reason why that's not good, it's simply because it's softening the guy on this spot. So after the trade, I'll play the move 94, and now I don't mind trading pieces because he really has a problem about this guy. And then we're gonna make also provocation for him to play the move g4. Yeah, that's another strategical mistake. And he's playing so quick now. He has to generate some counterplay, I guess. So we can reroute our knight on that square. But he wants to get on e5 and then here. So maybe good way of... Let me turn off the notifications. Maybe good way of playing against that is to play the move knight c6. But he's playing so quick. So he most probably gonna blunder something. Knight c6. Yeah, let's go knight c6. I want to stop knight e5. I want to trade the pieces. If he goes bishop b7 and take, this comes with tempo. So we're not gonna suffer from that. Okay, now... But okay, it's not a big deal, right? Like, if I take, he takes back with pawn, but then there's some d6. I'm not sure how he's gonna recapture this, because all these ways looks... yeah, let's take this. Captures with a bishop. Now we reroute a knight on some better square, on the dark square. It's quite nice. Okay, he wants some counterplay. Maybe we can just reduce that counterplay, why not? Why to allow him any stuff on the queen side? Any stuff on the queen side becomes certain counterplay from our opponent. Okay, now he wants to transfer the queen. But since this bishop is dead, he cannot activate him at all. I don't mind trading this guy. Just looking where and how to trade. If I go knight f4, he'll take me. And maybe I can... Yeah, I can retake with a g-pawn. And then just put my king here. And my king will be amazing piece on e2. And then my rook will come on h1. Okay, I have to be careful. There is a tactic. Takes, 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 and queen takes. So have to be careful. It's not that simple. Yeah, he wants to trick me. I forgot about this. I kind of forgot about this. The plan was working well until this point. Okay. How to solve the problem? Can we play some waiting move? Some waiting move, some waiting. Let's play waiting move. Let's play another waiting move. And yeah, there's the moment where we wanted this. Because now there is no tactic on f4, so takes, takes, and there is no rook e8 here, so we're safe about that. Okay, he wants to generate that tactic. Now king will slide. Yep. Rook h2, rook g1. But I underestimate this position. I really underestimate this position. Yeah, his bishops are dead. I mean, his bishop on d7. My knight on f4 is good, but how do I make a progress? It's a good question. I guess I had some forcing line that I missed. Because he was playing so fast and not thinking about his decisions. And now he starts spending some time. I don't know if he left or something, but this guy was playing like a bull at this game and then starts thinking. Weird. I mean, we want rook h1. Maybe we can offer him a draw. And yeah, guys, by the way, while my opponent is thinking, I can introduce you the... Oh, he actually played it. Never mind, I'm gonna do it later. Okay, so bishop captures f4. How do I retake? If I want certain breaks in the future, I need to take with g. But taking with g is making some consequences. But I'm anyways attacking the queen, so... Let's risk. We don't want to draw. Okay, queen f6. He wants queen b2. Okay, we are trading the queens now. We are trading the queens. King takes. Okay, that's not a big problem. We can defend. King takes. Oh, pawn sacrifice. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Actually, I have bishop f3. Rook takes g3. King f6. Yeah, I have bishop f3. That's lucky. That's really lucky. And now rook takes. And now we can play rook e1. Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Do I speak French? No. I speak only English, a little bit of Russian and Serbian. Okay, he wants this. Logical. Maybe we can challenge him. The rooks are a little bit annoying, but my opponent can't generate ideas because the problem for him is after rook f1 I can just play king c2 and he doesn't have access over the h1 square, so I can play king c2 now. I mean, that's not even a threat, so I don't have to worry about that. Maybe actually king d2, I want a rook e1. Yeah, maybe that's smarter. Unless I blunder something. He wants check from behind. That's reasonable. If I go king c3. We might just repeat now. Rook h6. He's playing some waiting move. Okay, let me harass your rook on a1. I think if I transfer this guy on d3. Oh, so what he wants with this? Let's go here. What I advise if you're 2200 plus, I'm advising to focus on strategy. Nobody understands strategy in endgames, but you can start with strategy, like if you don't want to start with endgames. So he wants the pawn. We have to protect. And now we are applying the trade, guys. I'm achieving what I want. We are trading. That's good. Yeah, finally. We traded such important king d4. And now we go behind. We can trap the bishop. Ooh, I have fantastic idea. I have really fantastic idea. There's one pattern that might happen. Do you see it? Oh, c5. And if I ignore that, I will not ignore that. I need to provide a counterplay. But he's doing... Rook g5 was a better option. To provoke the bishop to stand on that square. Let's go here. Let's go here. I want to take on b6. Pin this. Okay, he wants to trick. Okay, now we have... Okay, this. Okay, we moved from the pattern, that's good. Now take, we check. Check. Protect, and start pushing. Start pushing what? Oh, I could take the pawn. Okay, pawn is hanging, so... Oh, endgame? Wait. This is winning now, right? Yeah, now it's winning. Because he cannot avoid simplifying everything. Either he needs to give another pawn, either he needs to accept the pawn endgame, but that's bad for him. Yeah. Now we just... Huh. Take. Okay, that's fine for me, right? Maybe. Oh, he go for that? Okay. I'll go here. He could enter rook takes f4. I was not thinking that he'll go for this. Here, just rook takes f4 was much better. Here, after bishop takes. And now for him is hard because I'm gonna win a5 also as well. Can go check. He has to take. We just need to stand behind. And that's it. I'm gonna play additionally this. He doesn't have any checks, that's good. And now we're gonna promote. And that's it. Checkmate. Okay, we won that game. We won that game. Congrats. Rapid climb successful this time. Alright guys. Rook endgame. This was only equal, and here he has a chance here. Rook takes f4. I thought he'll go for this. I thought he would take, and then after, like if I go king e3, then he'll just make this simplification and just king e6. And this is unfortunately a draw, because the problem for me is if I push at some moment this guy, he just goes and collects, and then just collects this, and I need to come back on b1. That's like the main problem. But he decides actually taking is not good on my side. I need to push c5. I was thinking that I have to take, otherwise he takes on f4, but c5, I guess this is some now calculative line that I need to push, and he cannot take because rook is hanging on f4. So yeah. And then after that was winning, of course. This rook endgame is always winning. I have so many pawns and they don't have any ideas how to defend this. It's too active for weight. Alright. That's it. By the way, you can join the school community. It's completely free. And this, I mean, completely free for the first 7 days. And then after that, if you want to stay, you can stay, but you can cancel anytime. The good thing is that we have tomorrow group session. And that's why and how you can join. If that's the only reason you want to visit it, you can. You can check the link that I just put into the chat. Beside that, there is, of course, a lot of courses inside. Useful courses. Also, you can check them for free. And that's it. That's about the stream today, guys. Thanks for being here, and see you soon. Bye-bye.